bop. Pow. Welcome back to the Point Taken podcast, the only podcast with a 33% chance to increase the risk of sleep apnea. My name is Hunter Wilson. I am your host. Do not fall asleep while watching this podcast. To my right, his co-host, longtime friend, short-time pastor, Pastor Josiah Shipley.
Which is not a comment about my height. What's up, everybody?
Not at all, obviously. Are you happy to be here?
I'm very happy to be here.
That's awesome. And then to my right, again, joining us in the studio today, Cecil Sleepy Knees Shipley.
Thank you for the introduction.
The viewers are upset because Anna's not here.
They are.
Well, we're upset with the viewers. Anna, unfortunately, could not make it today, but she will be here.
I thought you were just saying you're mad at the viewers. You're upset with the viewers.
I'm upset. I can start beef with anybody at any time for any reason. But no, I have no issue with the viewers. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about gossip. Gossip. What's the line? What's the line with gossip? We'll talk about what is gossip, what constitutes gossip, and when you should just stop it. You should just end it. But before we go into that, guys, what is your win of the week? What's something you just really did well at this week?
I can start because I had a really big day Friday. Friday I had a big presentation in front of a whole bunch of people and had to present a design I've made and have to talk about its pros, its cons, and how I'm going to fabricate and make this wind turbine.
Nice. That went well.
It did. It went really well. One of my professors said that he's really expecting me to fail. So, but he said, I really hope you don't, but I really think you're going to fail. So I was like, cool, thanks.
He said, look, I'm looking at your face. And
The professor of encouragement at the University of Memphis.
It's like,
No, he
I
is not.
foresee failure in your future. I hope you don't. But
No, he's really nice
at
about
you.
it. He was really nice about it, but he's like, I've never seen someone try this. You know, this is a brand new idea. It looks really awesome. I know of a company, well, used to be a company, that tried something similar. So hopefully.
He watches.
I used to know a team
He
of
watches
people.
this podcast. He's going to comment. Yeah, it's still going to fail, but good job, buddy.
Good try.
I know a team of people way better than you.
Yeah,
They aren't a team anymore.
They're having terrible luck right now, losing their jobs and livelihood and goals in their life. But yeah, that was my win.
That's a great win. Good win. What about you, Pastor?
Just to be clear, you want me to follow the guy who created a wind turbine, and you want me to
With
tell
the
you-
team.
You want me to tell
I'm
you-
the team leader.
tell you
but
my
I'm
win
not
of the
doing-
week.
Yeah.
I'm not doing all the work.
Okay.
Every
right.
win is something, you know.
Yes, but they're not all equal.
Facts.
No.
All right. Let's see. I took my family to Chattanooga, and that was a win because that was amazing. One of our camera dudes is from Chattanooga. His name's Lowell Gorman, ladies and gentlemen.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Let's go.
Full birth name. Look.
I don't know his middle name.
Chantrell.
Okay. Chantrell is from Chattanooga. That was fun. Changed my brake pads while I was there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Those mountain roads don't do good for your brakes, by the way. Just point that out there.
Yeah.
I was a
Especially if
blast.
you're scared. If you're
Yeah.
scared, it's even
Yeah,
worse.
it's a 3-mile riding the brakes.
Yeah.
I will tell you one win. I was in awe of God's creation this week. On top of that mountain, I'm looking out, and I could count 11 ridges of mountains in this mountain range. Like, okay, hill, valley, hill, valley, hill, valley. Like, got the idea of rolling hills. And there was just enough fog to where it looked like they were kind of blue waves coming in. Like, it looked like I was standing on the ocean shore, and these mountain ridges were waves coming towards me.
Wow.
It was spectacular.
That's awesome.
And, that was a view every day. So I was very much in awe of God's creation this week. That would be my big win. I got to hang out with my family and just enjoy God's creation. That would be my win.
Yeah, that's a huge win. That's an awesome win. I'd say my win of the week. I had the flu all this week.
That's an awesome win, buddy. All right, next topic.
Congratulations.
Well, I don't anymore. But no,
Yeah.
I was like, listen, I'm a guy who enjoys his time to sit and unwind and do all that. And I was sitting there, and I've realized over the course of this sickness that I am not so much that guy anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I had to be there and I had no choice but to unwind, all I wanted was to not unwind. All I wanted was to do things.
Yeah.
And I just started seeing a bunch of things that needed to be done. But I needed to nap when I got up to pee.
Yeah. You know.
You know,
Yeah. I after my second video on vacation of watching a doctor remove a cyst from somebody's head.
Yeah.
I closed out that. I'm like, all right, it's time to go do something. Let's go change the brake pads, guys. let's go do something useful.
You can only take that for so much time. And that used to not be me. I could go, man, if I had a whole week off and nobody needed anything, I was like, oh, man, I don't have to see anybody for a week. I can just be like, I'm not that guy. It's like I can take a day where I'm just like, I only see me. But after that day, I'd like to see somebody.
Yeah,
I'd like to do something.
I start feeling useless. Like, like I was telling a kid at this church, at our church about that, and I was like, there's no better feeling than going to bed or playing PlayStation, whatever you want to do, with a whole day of completed work.
Yes.
Every task
Without
done.
a doubt.
Like, there's no better feeling in the world than that.
Yeah. So my win was fighting through and then just getting to a spot and then knocking out a whole lot of to-dos whilst quarantined in my house sick.
It's
I was
good for
pretty
your
proud of
headspace,
myself,
man, when you get some check boxes.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Huge W.
By the way, you know a pet peeve of mine?
What's that?
When people make those little check boxes on their to-do list and then they cross out the whole
That
thing.
is
Oh.
the
Does everyone know what I'm talking
worst.
about?
Yes.
Like
That
they make
is
those
worst.
Absolutely.
That is the worst.
Absolutely.
Don't write a check mark. Do a hyphen.
Yeah.
If you're going to cross it, you do hyphen, clean garage. Then
Or
you start
bullet
at the
point.
hyphen.
Or bullet point.
Yeah, I mean, that's
anything
okay,
but
then
making
start
a
at
check box. And then you can make a check or an X in it. Either are acceptable. What's unacceptable is to not use that box. Cross it out. My
Now,
wife
if you do
does
an
it.
X, then that's fine. You can cross out the X. If you say X, clean the garage. When you're done, you can cross out the whole thing. I'm okay with that.
I
Now,
didn't
hold
follow.
on.
I didn't
Now, hold
follow.
on.
So
What?
as bullet points go, sometimes when you're making your list, you go, okay, number 1, and you'll write an X, and they'll do that. I've seen that, and then they'll cross that out, and that does not bother me.
What's the difference between that and what we were just saying?
Because you make a box, and then you don't put anything in it. You just cross it
You're
out.
saying there is no box.
There is no box, and they just use an X as a bullet point.
Because we only have so much time, we'll allow it. But we're going to come
Okay.
back to that
All
later.
right.
All right.
You know what? I'm not liking this dynamic.
Anna's not here, man. You have no allies.
I'm not liking this dynamic. I just get turned on all of a sudden. I agree with you, though.
Thank you.
I
How do
agree.
we feel about circles being filled in when it's done?
No, that's okay. I can't
It's too
draw.
much work.
I
It's
can't
too
draw
much
a
work.
Is
perfect
this
enough
the
circle.
Freaking SATs? Like,
Yeah,
what are we talking
it's too much work, but
I can't draw a good enough circle
Like
to
on
make
your-
myself feel good about it.
yeah, on your
Then
iPhone,
I'm
that's how it does
I'm
it.
uncompleted in that.
Yeah.
Never in a million years would I write a list and do an empty circle and then say, hey, I'm done with this task. Let's start a whole new task of filling in these circles.
Never in a million years.
No.
The Earth has
mean-
only been around for approximately 8,000. And you're saying never in a million years would you ever do that?
Well, I'd be dead in about 86.
You're the one who used it. Wait, you're gonna live 86 more years?
I mean, in
Let's-
total,
let's-
like just
oh.
a guess. Yeah.
Yeah, 86. That's a pretty long life.
That's a pretty solidly long life.
Yeah, at 86. That's
I don't know how much longer I'd want to live after 86.
depends on health.
Mm.
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 There you have it. Mm. All right, guys, let's go into a little type of game here. It's a more of a mental exercise, guys. It's a would you rather of sorts. However, we're doing it in the form of a draft, okay? And here's how this works. Up on our board,
Yep.
we have a list of 3. That means you can draft 3 items. That can be people, places, things. Okay, in this case, it's going to be thing. You can draft 3 items. If Jeff drafts an item, I am not allowed to draft it.
Okay.
Because he already drafted it, okay? We have 3 rounds. First round, second round, third round. Understand? So
I have no idea if this is mine. We're just gonna keep going.
we're just gonna keep. It's never stopped you in the past. You know. Pieces of furniture of any type. If you could only pick 3 to have and to use for the rest of your life, that means you go into a public spot and they don't have this piece of furniture. You're not allowed to use any other type of furniture at all in any capacity.
All
3 pieces of furniture that you are only allowed to use for the rest of your life.
And if you don't have these 3, you don't have this piece of furniture. Period.
You don't have it, period, and you do not have access to use it anywhere, any place, anytime.
Cool.
forever.
Here's the problem. I already know my 3, but one of y'all are gonna steal one of them.
It's very possible.
All
But
right.
here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna
very likely.
let him go first. So sleepy knees, and then we'll come around this way.
Why am I sleeping these?
This is how I view you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Sleepy knees. Okay. Let me get up. Let me write down.
How
your
specific? How specific
It can
is
be-
the item?
It just depends on how specific, you as a person want to be.
Okay.
All right. Like for example, can we use one? It might ruin it. No.
No, yeah, it's gonna ruin it. But
So let's
just
not.
say
Let's not. Let's
if
go.
you don't go specific and you just say, chair, then
That's cheating.
I'm going to mean a regular, just a regular basic chair. I'm not counting this. I'm not counting
okay.
a recliner.
Yep. Got it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks.
Now, of course, there are ways around that system, but you'd have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Jeff, what is your first round draft pick?
I'm really stuck in between 2. I'm going to say bed.
Well, see, you really ruined it for everybody. That was the correct choice. There's not really correct
So-
choices in this game.
So now
Everybody.
I can't have a bed.
That's a fact.
That's correct.
And that is, that is a
right,
fact.
all right.
There is no bed.
It's all right.
unless
I've got
it's
mine. I've got mine. Can I go?
Please do.
Pull out couch. Got
A
him.
pull out. Okay, hold on.
Yep. No.
A pull out couch.
So I get the couch.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it. But I
I'll
will
allow
tell
it,
you,
but I
it's
will
not very
judge
good.
you very
It's
hard.
not very
I'm
good
judging you
answer.
very hard. Okay.
I
You
have.
have to use that
a
mattress on
bed
it. You have to
and
use the
a
mattress
couch.
on it.
Otherwise, I can't have a bed because you already stole it.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say about the pull out couch. And now,
You already wrote it.
yes, there is no takesies backsies.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
'Cause that was a terrible answer.
I preface that because I disagree with the answer so strongly.
I
Pull
have
out-
a couch and a bed now.
Yeah, but you think about quality.
Yeah, but they're mid on both.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The pull out couch is already.
I'm even
usually-
getting judged by the camera people.
It's
Like,
80% of the time it's going to be uncomfortable, but then when you pull it out and you lay on the bed,
All right, give your answer.
no chance.
Give your
no
answer.
Chance.
Hope
Okay.
you love tattoos of metal springs on your back. Getting
Okay.
branded.
There was
every
not a
day.
limit of mattress toppers. Those cushion things. I've got a plan. Go.
Okay. If y'all want to talk about controversy, controversy.
You better
as
not
the
take my
English
next
people
one.
say. No, there's no chance this is going to be on your list because I think you're going to hate this.
Daybed is the same as mine.
Yeah, it has
Don't
the word
write-
in it.
don't
Okay,
write.
first of all, I wasn't
It
gonna
has
say
the word in
Why
it.
are you thinking I'm going to say daybed? I never even said anything like that.
I don't even know what that
You're
is.
lucky that I even know what that is.
I don't.
Here's what I'm going to
It's
say.
at rich people's houses.
I'm going to say extra large beanbag. Extra large beanbag. Now
He
I want
is still
everybody
15,
to understand.
ladies and gentlemen.
I
He
want
is still
everybody-
15 years old.
I want everybody to understand that bed has been taken. Pull-out couch is taken, though I skipped pull-out couch completely. If I want something that is actually you shut up, is actually usable for multiple types of things, lounging, yes, sitting down, with friends, yes, laying down and going to sleep, yes,
No.
yes.
No,
No.
chance.
What type? No, y'all aren't picturing the
You
right
have
thing.
gone
I'm
to
not
sleep.
thinking-
You've gone to sleep like an 8-hour sleep in a beanbag before.
Yes,
He's a child.
it's been in your old house. And there are ones that are even bigger than the one I had. The one I had
Was
you could-
atrocious.
It
was-
you could just lay, and it was so comfy, and you could. But there are bigger ones.
The
for people
beanbag you
that
had, my
aren't
children,
broke.
my children would have been lost in the one
That's
you.
what I'm saying. I was like, and there are bigger ones and softer ones and fluffier ones that if I was not broke
Okay.
and this does not have a
How can a
monetary
beanbag
thing,
be? How can a bean bag be
Honestly,
fluffy?
The
Question.
cover.
Can
the
I
cover.
say this? Y'all put me in a tough bind because of your terrible selections, I still have 2 really good options.
Don't take mine.
I
No,
had
no,
to
no.
secure
we go
a
back,
sleeping
wait,
spot
wait,
for my
we go
first
back
round.
this way now. It's my turn.
No.
No.
Well, no. It's
No,
the
no,
thing
no.
where we go like on
Absolute.
fantasy draft.
Okay,
we
hold
go
on,
this
hold
way,
on,
come
hold on,
back
hold
this
on,
way.
hold on. I have a way to dissuade this. We're gonna let our crew vote for
All right.
the first and second.
But
best
Nick's not
picks.
here.
First and second best picks.
So it's Lowell, Taylor, and Dalton. All right, come on.
All right, first and second best picks. Who was it?
Who has the best pick?
Who had the best?
That's not. We gotta have round 2
What do you
first.
mean you guys
He
have
got
that
to go first. He's pointing at me and Jeff.
Yeah, it sounds like me and Pastor Josiah had the best pick, so we should go first.
Not even close.
All right, okay.
Lowell,
You had the obvious.
beanbag or pull-out couch?
I forget. Is the mattress allowed?
Yes.
That's me.
Thank you, Lowell.
Nah.
He's
All right.
from Chattanooga, where I was at last week. Everybody.
All right. Well, how about this? Since Cecil Sleepy Knees obviously had the advantage with going first, he can go last on the second round and first on the third round.
All right, let's
Exactly.
do it. Go. Hunter,
That
you go
means
again, and then
You go again, and then I go. That's how this
okay,
works.
Let's go.
Okay.
Do not take what's in my mind right now.
Okay. I'm going to say
Quit reading it.
table.
That's actually a fair. Yeah.
All right.
Wait a minute. No, I can't have a table.
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
I have 4 people in my family. What do you want me to do?
I've got a beanbag and a table.
All right, give me my recliner. Give me my recliner.
Recliner. He says recliner.
Both of my options are still available. What are y'all doing? Actually, I didn't think a table.
Right now, I'm living it up.
This, I mean, you're not setting anything down. I know what you're not doing.
I'm not there yet. Give me a second.
Okay. I had to secure a place to sleep that I was going to enjoy.
I've already got that.
Dogs, spouses, beanbag will not leave your back.
You're telling me you and your
Like a
spouse are
pull-out.
going to sleep on a beanbag?
An extra large,
Next.
giant beanbag. What
Right,
what
right.
part of this are you not understanding?
Right.
I can't have a bed.
Are we recording this? Is this?
We're asking her.
You're going to be put to shame if you ask.
He gets to go twice. No. He only.
No, I get to
No,
go
he-
twice.
He gets
he's
to go
going to go
both his
twice in a row,
answers.
yeah.
Okay, that works wonderfully for me. So I think
Yeah. Tell us what you think. Yeah.
Now, just can I just re-clarify?
Yeah.
This is everywhere. You're not just for your house. I mean, you can't use these things.
Yeah. You said.
Anyway.
I've already got my next answer.
Okay.
Do not take it. It's mine.
You better say
He
TV
said.
tray.
He said.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it.
He said, "I've got my other 2." He has 2 guesses, and he's being
Yeah,
silent. You know
no,
why?
no,
Because he's
honestly,
a liar.
No,
because
no.
he has to
Table
think
threw me
about-
through a loop.
Table
threw me through a
was,
loop.
Like solid.
It took me a
choice
second.
by
Now
me.
table.
Well,
was a
yeah, it's made
genius
of
choice.
wood.
Good one. I'm gonna go number
Hated that.
2. Standard chair.
The standard chair.
Standard chair.
What a good. Now I'm gonna write standard chair, and for
Because I
those
got to
of
be
you-
fair. I got to be fair and say standard chair. Because then I can sit at anyone
Bars.
else's. I can sit anywhere else.
We don't need.
And then for third, comfort, everyday living. Sectional couch.
Sectional couch. Okay.
Have
Okay.
fun entertaining guests.
all right.
Losers.
I have a couch. I have a couch.
You have 6
All right.
pull-out couches at your house.
I'm ready. You ready? You ready? All
What's
right.
up?
Here's my problem. Can I think through my thing out loud?
Wait, Buff.
Yeah.
You're killing.
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
So here's the problem. There's 2 things I need. So we need to make 2 of these into one.
Sure.
Okay.
I need a desk and a computer chair. So let's figure out how to make this
Okay,
work.
okay. No chance should you be prioritizing desk and computer
Oh,
chair.
I got it. I got-
When you
I got
have
the
a
fix for you.
pull-out couch and a recliner. That's the only
Wait,
thing
no,
you can
no.
ever use.
No,
I got a fix for
wait,
you.
wait.
I have a fix.
I think I've got it.
I'm willing to give it to you.
Come here. Whisper it in my ear.
Standing desk.
All right, I've thought about that, but here's the problem: if I have a standing,
He said, "Whisper it to me." He can't hear it.
yeah,
Standing desk.
mute his headphones for a moment. All right, they're muted for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't say yet because that shows them.
I didn't hear you.
Okay. All right, this is tough. All right, let's do. I've got a pull-out couch. I can sleep. I can relax. Okay. I've got my recliner. That's mine. Okay. So I need somewhere to put my food. So we either need a TV tray.
I mean, you need somewhere to when you go to church. Like if you're not preaching, you need
have fun
something.
sitting on the tile.
Yeah, you're sitting
I'll
on
have
the
a
floor.
recliner there.
Oh shoot, it's gonna be up on stage. Dude. It's
Yes,
gonna be one
in
of
my
those.
spot, man. I've got my recliner, but man, I work in my office. This is not good. All right, I have a recliner in my office. That's good.
I'm just gonna have bean bags everywhere.
Man, people are gonna love counseling.
Yeah,
y'all got recliners,
that's what
guys.
I'm saying.
All right, let's go ahead and knock out desk.
Desk. Now
The recliner's
I do
pulled up
have
to
table.
a desk. The
I
recliner's
do have table. So let's go to the board and say, is desk a table?
It's
Is
all
it-
about intent.
is that
all about
Is that really
intent.
what we're doing right now?
What?
are you being serious?
It's a question that needs to be asked.
Alright,
Because if pull-out couch is allowed when bed was
He
taken,
took sectional couch. It has the word couch in it.
that's also very true.
Intent.
But you also went pull-out couch instead of just saying couch.
I
Had you just said couch,
No, you weren't.
No, as far as the couches go.
Yeah,
As far as
yeah.
the couches go.
yeah, but
Pull-out
you
couch is
went
a bed.
You went specific, which means that the genre was still on
Exactly,
the table. Like
exactly.
Cecil,
It
said
wasn't on the
bed.
table because table's taken.
Correct. Sleeping Ease took bed, just like right off the bat.
That's because you let him go first.
Yeah. So like, pull-out couch was already
Alright,
a given.
desk-
All right, so you're not
counts
you're
and
not
then
letting me
go.
have desk.
Okay.
Desk counts.
My
and
If you say
recliner-
desk counts,
desk counts.
Now it will be a little uncomfortable when my recliner scooting up to my desk because it will be kind of hard.
drop it in the comments. Is desk a table?
he did it. He
Alright.
just
No,
knocked it
Is
down.
that's
desk a
not the
table?
question. Of course, it's a table, but it's a different.
It's all
from
about
the,
intent.
from the mouths of babes.
It's all about intent.
Wow. It's
And
all
he
about
just
intent.
he just answered everything about gossip.
That's literally that was what
okay.
I was gonna pull from. Yeah,
Okay. So now I'm literally.
you lost.
I'm set on placing
You're
things.
done.
I'm set
Look
on
at
sleeping
you have a
and
beanbag
sitting.
and a table, and you think you're sleeping in a beanbag.
I
every
don't
night.
need
Have fun with
anything
your
else.
yoga ball
Yeah.
at your table.
I quite honestly don't need anything else. But
So literally, like, okay.
I don't need any.
Here's what I'm saying.
Tell
Here's
me
what I'm
right now how you're going to get a computer and work at a beanbag, which is this
Easily.
low to the ground.
Easily. Laptop. First of all, laptop. But I'm saying you keep picturing like these little tyke bean bags that are the colors and stuff. I'm talking about not the little bean bags. I'm talking about big fluffy mattress material inside of
Okay,
a bag.
all right. Let me
that's called
change
a
my answer
bean
then.
bag.
When I say pull-out couch, what I really mean is 1,700 square feet.
Okay, here, let me erase desk because I mean what are we
No,
talking
continue,
about?
continue.
Okay.
Put yours down. See, you're gonna get third place anyway.
I mean, we'll let the people decide that.
They're going to pick you as last.
I'm gonna have
I
a
mean,
functional looking house.
You got
I have
handed,
a functional
you
looking
got
house.
handed this like you get handed everything in your entire
No,
life,
dude.
windmill boy. All right.
No, windmill. It's
My-
a wind turbine.
My house is fine. Hunter's house is going to look like 13-year-olds live there.
My house is gonna have an Asian feng shui, and I really need to lean into it, but I just don't. Now, can I
Hey,
be,
take your hand, put it up there by the 3, and use it to write letters to give your answer.
okay? I am going to say my final piece of furniture.
Oh, he made it a different color.
Yeah.
Oh,
I sure hope that you enjoyed that. My final piece of furniture is going to have to be you took a standard chair.
I was fair.
I think I'm just going to take a standard couch.
Well,
Fight me.
wait a minute.
Fight me. Fight
So
me.
because he used the word sectional,
Yes.
you can now use the word couch.
I can now use a regular 3-seater
I'll
couch.
allow love
In
seats.
fact,
I will allow
in
love seats.
fact, I could even
Point
say
not taken.
reclining couch.
No,
Like
no.
these right here. But I'm not going to say
This is
that.
a
This
love
is not
seat.
a reclining
This is
couch.
a love seat.
This is not a camera crew.
Reclining love
That's
seat.
a love seat, right?
No, a love seat does not have a
I'll
bridge
give you
in
the
middle.
microphone.
Wait,
Love seats don't have a bridge in the middle because the entire part, like, how are you going to have any love with separation? Love seat is
Wait
being
a
pressed
minute.
together.
Question.
Yeah.
Question. Scoot over. Does this mean that inside your car are beanbags instead of chairs?
No, the
seats?
cars are the one spot.
We didn't think about car seat. We all can't drive.
No.
We can't sit in
Cars
buses,
are outside of
trains.
this. Cars outside of this. I mean, just when you get to a destination. Okay.
That's true. Your car seat's
This
not
is a
furniture.
recliner.
Yeah.
So you know what? For the rest of this podcast, you can't sit down.
No, because I have couch. Bro, because anytime
with
but
you.
right now,
I'm with Josiah on
anytime
this.
but right now, we've spoken about this, and these have been couches. Like, hey, did you get those couches up into the podcast room? Tell me that's not the truth. Tell me that
I don't
has
know who
not
you
been
are.
you. Oh my god, sleepy
I don't know.
knees.
I
These
don't
are
know.
Sleepy
recliners.
knees, work with me. These are reclining couches.
Reclining love seat.
Taylor, is this a couch or a recliner?
Reclining love seat.
I'm feeling like our issues are being aired to people that have nothing to do with them.
We're gossiping.
Gossip.
I don't know, but after this thing on gossip, I'm going to talk about you behind your back.
I'm the clear winner. The clear winner. I'll have a functional house.
You were
I have
handed
a
it, man.
couch, a bed, a recliner, and a desk. I have 4 things in 3.
You happened to be handed the easiest, best position
You chose him to go first.
because he's a guest. I mean,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
So Anna's not here. So-
Anna's not here, so we have a guest. So
But he's been
somebody-
here both weeks. Anna's been once, and I've been once.
Sleepy knees.
Pastor Josiah's gonna look branded on his back. He's just gonna have just rings all over.
I've
him.
slept on polo couches many times, and I feel fine. I'm not,
It look like he fell into a
Yeah,
chain
but I mean,
link
like
fence.
every night, all the time.
You know, like the springs like this, it's gonna look like he fell into a
You know
chain
what those
link
little
fence.
mattress
There's
topper
gonna be
things are?
holes in it.
The like 3 inches of foam you put down. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, I'll be fine.
Yeah, but you won't be able to use that because that's not on your list.
That's not furniture.
It's a bad.
Foam is not furniture.
Honestly, do you know what we're really forgetting? Bedside tables, coffee tables.
I'm sorry, I already said table.
no,
I said table.
No.
If you
no,
will direct,
absolutely not.
I refuse.
Absolutely.
if you will direct your
Intent.
attention,
Intent.
if you will direct your attention
Yeah.
to Hunter's list number 2, item number 2, that says table.
Absolutely
No,
not.
this
If there's
is
several different
unallowed.
couches or several
I will
different tables,
cancel
you have a
this
standard
podcast
table.
for today
Really?
if we
You
continue
have a
with this
standard
madness.
table. You get it one in your dining room and you're done.
No.
One in your dining room.
I can
agree.
use any table. if
max
that's
of
the word.
6
Okay,
seatings.
you are changing the rules.
No, I'm saying.
I'm literally
I'm
going to
saying
gossip about you
because
to Anna. I'm going to
because
call
you
her.
did not put down table when you go out places. You would not be able to use a table.
Dalton's getting a close up on Jeff's face just to make sure that he's still awake after
All right,
listening to that
legit.
garbage.
Check his
Gossip.
knees. Check his knees.
Gossip.
Sleepy knees. Yep. Let's talk about gossip, guys.
Yeah.
After that clear victory.
Well, we agree on one thing. There was a clear victory. It wasn't you.
Anyway, it's wrong. We'll let the comments decide. Gossip.
Gossip.
All right. First of all, let's talk about what gossip is. What constitutes gossip versus. Here's where it gets tricky for most people. All right, not to say it's really tricky, but here's where it gets tricky for most people is that when is the line between, hey, this needs to be brought to a party that is not me, right? I have the information. The party that needs the information does not have the information, yet this does not pertain to me. When does it cross the line from relaying information to gossiping?
I think what Jeff said earlier about intent is a big part of it. And, you know, there are people like me who like the world to be in black and white. Unfortunately, sometimes the world doesn't work that way. Intent has to be a major factor in it. What is the intent of sharing that information? Is it to slander? Is it to humiliate? Is it to prop oneself up? Is it to gain favor? Is it for some ulterior motive? Or is it for the benefit, the building up, the edification, the encouragement of somebody else?
Yeah.
That's a very broad answer, but that would be my answer to that.
Any thoughts?
I always lean towards I'm a private person.
Yeah.
So I really dislike any information dispensing about me that I didn't dispense
True.
to the person specifically. Of course, as Pastor just said, that's a very black and white view of it, when a lot of issues fall in between that. But yeah, basically in agreement of, you should know, if you're a Christian, you should have the sense of, why am I doing this? And if you don't ask yourself that before you say that, why do I want to tell this person?
Yeah.
Because I think some people fall into the trap of wanting to be interesting, not even intent to be harmful or to hurt them,
Yeah.
but an intent to be exciting or wanting to be
Captivating.
Captivating is the word I'm looking for right there. That's
Mhm.
beautiful. I think that's a problem with a lot of people, is they may not even want to be malice, but they want to be liked, and that's their downfall in that.
It's like, oh, hey, I have some exciting new information.
Right.
Sorry. Yeah, I think there's something you got to also take into consideration, because you can have all of the best intent, and you can check your heart, and you can say, yeah, this is not my business, but I have the information that this other person needs, because it is their business, but it does not pertain to me. You decide, okay, let's relay the information. But I think the most important part is relay the information, then shut up. Because if you relay the information and then you keep relaying the information and you keep pounding on, even if it's the exact same person, there is a line, I believe, where it switches from giving information to gossiping, because you have switched up. Even if your intent originally was, this is the, thing I'm trying to go for. Hey, I'm just trying to give this information to you, just trying to relay this. But if you keep on and you're constantly talking about it, the line that I always see is, what really bothers me about it is that, that's usually for me when I realize, oh, that's about to be gossip. That's about to be gossip, because it switched from, hey, this is what happened, I'm letting you know so that you can handle it, or so that you can, know that this is being done, to, yeah, let me tell you about my feelings and let me try and get you to feel the way that I'm feeling about this person or about this issue.
My mom, a few years ago, I heard her say something that I have never forgotten. She said, all right, before I say something, I ask myself 3 questions. Does it need to be said?
Yep.
Does it need to be said by me? And does it need to be said right now? And if you don't get a yes from all 3, you shut up. So, does it need to be said? Sometimes that filters it out right then.
Right.
Does it need to be said by me? That often filters it out too. And does it need to be said right this second? If you get yeses on all 3 of those, then you have a starting point. If not, shut up.
Very true.
Easiest, quickest rules right there. And I couldn't agree more. When it comes to dispensing information to people, I have found that a lot of times I'm just not the person that should say it, And the gray area, I think the gray area for a lot of people is this. Let's say I'm trying to do the right thing. Let's say I'm trying to follow the rules that Pastor Josiah just said. But the person who should say it doesn't want to, or is too scared, or doesn't know that they should say it, or doesn't have the information that they need. So that's, I think, the gray area. It's, okay, it needs to be said now. It needs to be said. I'm not the person who's supposed to isn't saying it.
That is the scenario, at least in the church, for the reason that God made pastors. That's when you go tell the shepherd, and he goes and has to do that if the person who needs to say it. And of course, there are common sense, what should be common sense, exceptions to all rules of confidentiality. For example, if someone's life is in danger, all bets are off. You know,
Right.
like that kind of stuff,
Right.
right? But yeah, that would be an area. It's like, all right, that guy needs to go tell that guy how he's feeling. That guy is unwilling to do that. So now, where do we go from here? And in the context of the church, I think that's why God made pastors. What's hardest about that is when you're not in the context of church. And it's like, all right, so now what do? How do I carry myself in a godlike manner, knowing this issue exists and someone's not willing to fix it?
And I think that's where it comes in. This is the advice that I always give. Because the one thing is, the Bible does not call for us to be okay with peace. The Bible calls for us to pursue it.
Yep.
Right? It's not just like, man, I'd rather it be this way. Or, man, here, let me try and make peace. And then it doesn't happen and just be chill. Pursuing is chasing down with fervor. Is chasing down with, with purpose. And so you have that issue with somebody outside of the context of the church. You go to them. No, I don't want to shake that beef. Okay, fine. I'm going to bring somebody in. And we're going to talk to them. Because even outside of the church, I'm still going to be following Matthew the best I can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go one-on-one. I'm going to go find a mediator. And if that does not work, what are then my options? That is where it stops being black and white. Here's exactly what you do at this time in this moment. We have to glean from the instructions that God gave us and the wisdom that he gave us and say, what is it am I to do after that? And the big thing that I always tell people is you need to do what you have to in order for when you go to bed at night and you look back on your day and you look back on the choices that you made, can you say, I did everything that I could and everything that I should have done today? Like, I was in the right today. I was like, I don't care what it is. You do what you have to do where you can look back and say, I did not skip steps. I did not cut corners. I did not choose the easy route. I did not choose the wrong thing to do. And so if you can pursue that peace to an extent where you can go to bed at peace knowing, you know what? Not in a bitter way of just like, well, did my part, but in a way of I legitimately with my heart tried.
And I think that's key there because some people think that peace means the absence of conflict or confrontation, which is not true.
Correct.
So when the Bible, as Hunter said, when the Bible speaks about us pursuing peace, that's godly peace. Sometimes that comes with confrontation, but as the Word of God says, the wounds of a friend, I'm going to mess it up a little bit. The wounds of a friend are trustworthy, but the kisses of an enemy are harmful.
Yeah.
And there are times where peace only comes about with a confrontation. Isn't that a beautiful passage?
Yeah.
I had to look it up earlier. It's Proverbs 27. But, that gray area, that's why I go back to intentions in my heart. Because this is how important that is. Gossip is not something that that God's just simply, I prefer you not to. The Bible says he hates gossip. Hates it. I always laugh when people say, oh, you shouldn't hate. Actually, there are some things you're commanded to hate. So, if you've been taught, by the way, never to hate, there are certain commands of God that you will not be able to obey.
Right.
Right.
It's the passiveness, it's the castration of the modern day Christian.
Yeah.
Where you are not allowed to feel strongly.
What does Voddie Baucham say? The 11 commandments. Number 11 is thou shalt be nice, and the other 10 don't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Thou shalt not hurt other people's feelings.
Yes.
And the rest do not matter.
Other gods, murder. Those are, those are okay.
Yeah, I think sometimes we get caught in the fallacy and of the idea that, well, because I don't want to look like them, the people that stand on the street, God hates you. It's you're going to hell, and it's like, no, we don't want to look like them, but to the point where we stop following the letter of the law, where we stop following exactly what the Bible says, and we start going into more of a religious practice, of where it's more like tolerance. I don't accept it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not agreeing with it, but I'm not hating. I don't hate, these things. It's like, well, it's not exactly what we're called to be doing. And something that Pastor said this morning in service, he said about a Christian standing tall and letting the world crash against them.
Yeah.
That was something that really stood out to me, because it was like, instead of rocking with it, you're still standing, but you're still letting the waves push you back, forth. They know you're there. They might know that you're a Christian. They might know that you stand for something that they don't. You're not following the wave all the way, but you're just going a little bit forward, a little bit back. But sitting there and letting the world crash against you.
Mm-hmm.
Actually making that stand, that comes with that charge and that confidence to say, no, I do not like that. No, I hate that. I stand very firmly for the love of Christ.
Yes.
Very firmly for his, the things that he loves and the things that he hates.
Yeah. The old way of saying it, the way you just described it, is, if Christianity in every sense became illegal tomorrow, would there be enough evidence to try you?
Man, yeah.
Right. That stuck out to me this morning too. You should be so not of the ways of this world that it should feel like they're hitting a brick wall.
Yeah.
Salt and light, as Jesus says in Matthew. We're a city on a hill. You stand out so much, it's like a city that's on a hill.
Mm-hmm.
That analogy to me always sticks with me. If you're ever driving down Interstate 78 and you're driving towards Birmingham, you're driving through the top part of Mississippi and the top part of Alabama, and there's nothing.
Yeah.
And then, we're just talking about Birmingham, not exactly a metropolis. But there's nothing on Interstate 78. And you come around this curve, and you go down this really steep hill, and you come up, and then you see Birmingham. And it may well be New York City. I mean, it's just lit up. I remember when I first saw that, I thought of city on a hill, right?
Wow. Yeah.
But going back to gossip, what we say continually in every list of Scripture, whether it's a list of sins or a list of obedience, what we say, what comes out of our mouth, is always prominent. In the list of things God hates, lying, a lying tongue, I should say, gossip, repeatedly, what we say is primary. And I think the reason why, and this is probably maybe the best answer to gossip I can think of, is what Jesus said in Matthew 7. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Just think about that sentence for a minute. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. We often say, sometimes jokingly, well, sometimes I just don't have a filter between here and here, between my brain and my mouth. Jesus is more concerned with the filter between your heart and your mouth. But he says, out of the overflow of your heart, the mouth speaks. So whatever you're filling up that heart with, it will come out of your mouth. So the question then becomes, what are we filling that heart with? Because whatever we're filling that heart with will come out in the way we speak. I notice a difference when I start my day with God and when I don't. Last one on this point. I was listening to a faithful pastor the other day on YouTube, I think it was. And this was admirable. This shows how consistent living he is doing. He says, if I don't read my Bible for a day, I can tell a difference. If I don't read it for 3 days, my wife can tell a difference. And if I don't read it for a week, everybody can tell a difference.
Yeah.
Out of the overflow of your heart, the mouth speaks. So when we come back to intent in gossip, it's not just what's the intentions for that. It's more about what intentions you have stems from what you're filling your heart with. So that's really how important it is to have our heart filled with whatever's true, lovely, pure, fellowship of other believers, those type things. Because whatever your heart's filling up with, that's what's going to come out of your mouth.
And that's really profound, because going to what he was talking about earlier, it might not be malicious, but it's just a desire to be interesting.
Yeah.
In that case, it seems really innocent. But if you put it into that perspective of out of the overflow of the heart speaks the mouth, what are you feeling in your heart? Is it your insecurity? Is it your pride? Is it, it's not necessarily bitterness or judgment that you're filling your heart with, ready to latch onto somebody else, but it might be bitterness or judgment towards yourself that you're filling your heart with, ready to overflow and overshare just to try and make yourself look a little bit more appealing. I thought that was that's a pretty interesting look on that.
100%. And kind of like as a last thought, according to for me, when it comes to a point that Pastor Josiah said, and it was kind of my thought when I was saying earlier about if the person doesn't want to speak, who's supposed to, it will always stem back to leadership. If you have the proper leadership and the proper mature Christians above you, you always have an outlet and you always have someone to fall back on who can handle it well, who can resolve it, and who has already established not order, but expectancy of what is right, what a Christian should be. And so it always gives you, proper leadership is, I think, a big factor we haven't talked about, but that is a big difference, I think, in the gospel issue, gossip issue. Is having good leadership already instilled.
Without a doubt. And just a word, if you have failed in that area before, which I know for a fact I have, if you've failed in that area before, let me encourage you with this. There is a man in my accountability group here at church who failed in that area of gossiping 2 or 3 weeks ago. And he did what those of us should do if we're not cowards when you catch yourself doing that. You go back to the person, not that you gossip about, but you gossip to. And you say, hey, I was out of line. I shouldn't have said that. I won't be talking that way about person X anymore. And he told me that opened up an opportunity for him to share the gospel with that guy, because the other guy had never heard anyone do that before. So, as with everything, even with our errors, God's grace gives it ability to mean that, to intend that for good. So, let that be an encouragement to you that you can make that right and have a testimony about it.
Absolutely.
Yep. On the same idea, I had a coworker at my last job ask me a similar question, but about cursing. He asked me why I don't curse, and everyone else there did. And I said there's 2 real reasons why I don't curse. And it's the exact same example as that accountability partner. I said, 1, I'm commanded not to. And I said, 2, I asked him to answer honestly. If I did curse, would you take me trying to share you what I believe, with a little bit of grain of salt? Would it put a damper on me trying to share the gospel with you? And he was like, yeah, actually, absolutely, it would. And I said, boom. I was like, then I can't do it.
Boom.
Yeah, it's that simple. That's my goal, and he knew that, and I was like, that's my goal. So if I'm told not to, and my job would then become less fruitful because I did it, and how can I even entertain the thought?
That light gets a little bit dimmer.
Mm.
They start not being able to see you very clearly.
Exactly.
Well, guys, that's all that we have today on gossip. If you have any questions, if you have anything that we didn't cover, any topics, any branches off of this discussion that you would like us to talk about, email us at listenpointtaken@gmail.com. You can always leave a comment on this YouTube video. We're also on Instagram, Point Taken Christian Podcast. On our game, I just want to go ahead and say beanbag can be used as a chair. You can fold it to be set upright,
I'm a
lean back,
little.
and you could also
Okay,
use it
yeah.
as a bed.
So I'm a little. Gonna be a little uncomfortable pulling my recliner up to my desk to get my work done. That is gonna be a little uncomfortable.
I would just
How-
pull the desk to the recliner.
However, your beanbag. Look at that for a minute. Beanbag table, and then you cheated by saying couch. What do you
Well,
intend on sleeping on, the beanbag or the couch?
Yes.
Can I say
Options.
couch is an illegal draft? Either way, it goes first place, second place.
You see,
You're
I
last by
have
far.
2 children. I was also.
You're last by far.
It's not even close.
Yeah,
You
honestly,
came up with the game, and you lost.
and no, honestly,
I
that's a
didn't
great
wanna
point.
think
Have
about
children.
answers beforehand.
Have children.
Yeah.
Your beanbag's ruined.
Yeah,
5 minutes.
Have children. Have
You
an
think-
Ava and a
I'm
Naomi.
sorry, you think I only have one beanbag of one size, of one type?
Singular,
You said
Singular.
Extra, yeah.
singular, beanbag.
Okay,
All
recliner.
right, let's argue about that
couch.
singular plural.
All right, y'all have lost the entire point of the game.
Bone eye.
Yeah, that's
That
right.
bonuses.
They've lost the point of the game, guys. If you realize that they don't understand,
Put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments.
I'm not afraid of this. Put it in the comments. Don't
Hash-
gossip about it out in the open. Put it in the comments.
Hashtag sleepy knees. Hunter wins the game.
Not even close.
No. No.
Any questions, any issues, drop them in the comments. But until then, deuces.
I